Thank you, Lordship, for guiding us with your inspirational words and inspiring us all the time. देवी सूचना में निवेदन करूंगा ऑनरेबल यूनियन मिनिस्टर ऑफ लॉ एंड जस्टिस इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी श्री रवि शंकर प्रसाद जी से कि आज के इस अवसर पर आप अपने संबोधन के लिए पधारें।
Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Shri Deepak Mishra, Honorable Justice Rajan Gogoi, Chairman of NALSA, Justice Madan Lokur, Justice Bhatt, distinguished judges of the Supreme Court, distinguished Chief Justice of the High Court, Honorable judges, judicial officers, ladies and gentlemen, friends of the media. It is indeed a matter of great assurance that on this occasion of Legal Service Day, it has been rightly decided to also commend those who are performing well in the quest of legal aid. I don't see legal aid as an isolated endeavor. I see it in the larger framework of being an integral part of the constitutional polity of India. As a student of India's constitution, as a student of India's constitutional polity, the evolution of India's constitution in many ways has justified all the trust reposed by the founding fathers in the people of India. And I had said on earlier occasion, what the Constitution has done, it has conveyed to the people of India who they are and what they owe to themselves. And when the founding fathers elected to trust ordinary Indian without any formal literacy or education or affluence to have a pencil in his hand and elect who governs them, the people of India completely belied the sense of apprehension of all those who said what they will do. And today, our constitutional polity has become mature and almost a beacon for the rest of the world. In spite of so much of diversity of language, caste, religion, faith, and so many other physical tendencies, the overarching constitutional DNA has surpassed all this and made our democracy mature. One of the most important component of constitutional democracy is access to rule of law and access to justice. And rule of law can become fundamental only and only if access to justice is available. In that regard, now it is 30 years the Legal Service Authority Act was enacted. I compliment the NALSA movement. I compliment all the former honorable judges, the Supreme Court who have headed it, all the High Court judges who have piloted it, but still, it is a work in progress. Why I say so? That the awakening of India is at a pace by which the responses are not being met. And this I say more with my personal experience of observing and witnessing the political evolution of India as a political worker. And this whole movement of paralegal initiative is very welcome. What is more important is adequate training. And Justice Manju Goyal, I have always been complimenting you when you were on the bench and I used to appear. And I also wish to compliment you today for the good work you have done. Paralegal volunteers can never become the practitioners of law. We need to understand that. But paralegal volunteers can become the preachers of the elementary concepts of law. If we have that basic understanding, the training model will have to be tailored to those requirements. This is the age of information. Information is power. This is the age of technology. Technology is power. And this is the age of communication. Communication is power. These three sources of power in the contemporary age have to be identified. And communication, if done in local language, reaches too quickly. And I have one suggestion to make today. Again, with my experience, I saw a young paralegal volunteer from Assam. She was exactly from Nagaland, near Lokur connected. Recently, my party has given me to take care of 5 Lok Sabha seats of Assam, which I have never won. And I visited Dipu, Kokrajhar, Koliabor, Barapeta, or remote areas. But the sheer new quest for India, the quest for empowerment, particularly I would like to share my experience of Kokrajhar. My party is very weak there. They told me, Ravi, aap kahan ja rahe hain? I'm like, let me experiment. 5,000 young boys and girls were waiting for me. And they took me in a dancing procession. All Bodo boys and girls. But when I was coming down, 3 of them said, Sir, as a law minister, will you do something for our area for access to justice? That was a touching moment for me as to how India is changing and how much we need to do. I think these were some of the challenges which also used to come to my mind. But before I explain what I did, and I'm grateful to Honorable Justice Ranjan Gogoi and Mr. Madan Lokur for commenting upon that. 436A should become a movement. Earlier I had mentioned it. It's my 3rd time as the Law Minister of India, first was in the Vajpayee government. And 436A is eminently dual. While Justice Madan Lokur needs my commendation, and also the Supreme Court, and also the Under Trial Review Committee, but why can't we do fast track? And I was taking a meeting of my Justice Department. 50% of under trial residents in a coveted jail is enough to qualify for indulgence. For women prisoners, why can't we make it 25%? Because you rightly pointed out, under trial prisoners are not aware of their rights. And if you are able to make it a movement, it will be a great initiative, and it is eminently doable. And therefore I have written almost 3-4 letters to the Chief Justice of various High Courts of India to activize it. And I'm happy some of them are doing it quite well. 2 observations came that how can we acknowledge the role of good paralegal volunteers? You know, my Prime Minister has got a very unique mind. Last year we were sitting in Rashtrapati Bhavan on the Alankaran Samaroh, when you get Padma Award, Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. And I was sitting by the side of Prime Minister. And my friends of the media, don't misquote, it was a lighter comment, therefore I am warning you. Then artists came, sportsmen came, academics came. Then Prime Minister looks at me, smiles, कहा रवि तुम देख रहे हो कितने डॉक्टर आ रहे हैं पद्मश्री में, पद्म भूषण में, पद्म विभूषण में. डॉक्टर के पेशेंट बड़े बड़े होते हैं, नेता भी होते हैं, तुम भी हो ना, तो रिकमेंडेशन जल्दी आता है. तो I just smiled. I knew he was joking, but I could realize that he was seeking some kind of an architecture where the common man can be awarded with the Padma Award. This year I want to share, and there's a reason as to why I'm sharing this story with you. We heard about a very unique experience of one Anwarul Haq, a tea garden worker of Jalpaiguri, being given a Padma Shri. No one has heard about him. And the story which I learned is very inspiring. He used to stay in a very inaccessible village. His mother became unwell. The ambulance could not reach. She passed away. And thereafter she had taken a vow that I will take any serious patient strapped to my waist on my motorcycle to the first hospital nearby, which is in a very hillock area, no access is there. He had saved the life of about 2,000 people. One day, the PMO rang him up. And you can understand a simple tea garden worker, the Prime Minister's office is talking to him. He was very nervous, trying to say, they asked him, are you doing this work? Yes. Sir, aapko kisne bataya? Before he could settle, he said, Lijiye, Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi aapse baat karenge. Now you can understand an ordinary tea garden worker talking on his mobile to the Prime Minister. And the PM told him, Anwarul Haq kaise ho? Acha kaam kar rahe ho? Tum Delhi jaldi aoge, tumko Padma Shri dene ja rahe hain. And this is how he came. Honorable the Chief Justice, there is a reason as to why I have mentioned this. Can we pick up some really genuine paralegal volunteers for extraordinary work? And I promise I will recommend their name for Padma Award to the Prime Minister. Because that is the kind of ordinary recognition of merit we are seeking to do. And if access to justice has to become a movement, it has to become really incentive-driven. 3 steps which you have taken. One is paralegal tele-law. As an IT Minister of India, New India is being exposed to me as to how younger people are willing to conquer the sky. And when Honorable the Chief Justice was, yes, and we have got a big network of common service centers. The number was 80,000 when I came to power. Now there are 270,000 from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. About 10 lakh people work there. 34,000 are women entrepreneurs. Who are they? They make your passport, your Aadhaar card, they make your insurance, banking, your land records. Now I have asked them to become the front end of Indira Gandhi Open University. They pick up forms for Navodaya Vidyalaya. Some of them also do your railway ticketing. So I'm also using them in digital literacy. They're going to make 6 lakh crore Indians digitally literate in the rural areas. Then when Honorable the Chief Justice was the chairman of NALSA, I asked him, I want to do something unique because they have got a great respect in the rural area. Can we plug in NALSA and the Common Service Center? And this is how tele-law started. Deepak Mishra is conservative. I am a gung-ho person. Karna hai to pure desh mein karna hai. He said, let us have a practical experience first. Then we decided to go in UP and Bihar, 2 big states, and Kashmir and Northeast. It has been a few months, ladies and gentlemen, and what is this? Every common service center has a computer or a laptop, and the NALSA lawyers are sitting there at the appointed time, and a poor worker or an elderly person in a village or a daughter-in-law being victimized, they get pre-litigation advice when they come to the Common Service Center, and the NALSA lawyers and others are sitting there. 5,766 cases were referred to them, and pre-legal advice have been given in 4,217 cases in the last few months only. So this is a movement at the initial stage. I wish to compliment this Deepak Mishra and the NALSA team earlier. They have done a great job. We have to expand it further and further. And very soon it concretizes, we are going to make it an all India movement. I'll come to pro bono lawyering in the last. Why this Nyaya Mitra? All over the country, the Chief Justice knows I am driving with a passion that all the cases 10 years or more must be expedited on a mission mode. And these Nyaya Mitra shall be posted only in those districts which have maximum number of cases of 10 years and more. And they will become the face between the executive, the police, and the judiciary for fast-tracking of these cases. And I've consciously decided we will have retired judicial officers or retired police officers who can also, because when I was reviewing in the Justice Department, many trial is not happening because Dr. Sahab nahi aate hain. Dr. Sahab ka postmortem kiye the, unka transfer ho gaya. Can we do it video conferencing? So all these methods. And the last is the pro bono lawyering. Pro bono lawyering is not in competition with NALSA lawyers. It is an adjunct. But the whole idea is to have technology for greater involvement of lawyers all over the country. I've written to all the Chief Justice, they have responded. I'm appealing to, in various forums, I appeal here also. What is this whole pro bono lawyering? Lawyer in a district or in a state or in a taluka can register on that digital platform, the site. And in coordination with NALSA, we will work so that if anyone seeks legal advice in Gorakhpur to Patna or to Rourkela or to any place, we can coordinate with the lawyers on list there. Please approach them, and we shall provide a facility to digital advice to the assigned centers where we are having those video conferencing facility. This movement, I have always been telling, if we have to make access to justice as a part of movement, these new initiatives have to be taken. And Honorable Chief Justice, rightly incentives have been talked about. I always believe if we have to make access to justice a kind of a movement, some kind of incentive will also have to be there for lawyers too. Not necessarily monetary, but something more. And how it can be done, speaking for myself, I am clear the time has come to explore, should genuine pro bono lawyering should be met an important precondition of consideration for elevation. I feel very strongly about it. When I talk of pro bono lawyering, I am very clear. I mean legal aid with empathy and compassion, and not for publicity. And I think my lords are seasoned enough to segregate as to which lawyer is giving legal advice as a pro forma compliance and who is giving with commitment. If these are initiative taken, I'm sure it will become a great movement. My compliments to the NALSA team, the Delhi team, the All India team, and Honorable Justice Rajan Gogoi, the new leader. I'm sure, I can assure you on behalf of Law and Justice Ministry that whatever is needed shall be done. One thing I would like to just mention here, I talked of appointments. Last year we made 126 appointment of High Court judges. That was the highest in the last 30 years. Since 89, the average appointment has been 75 to 82. We have just started November. We have already made 106 appointments. And when 31st December comes, I am sure we shall surpass even the highest which was last year. This is how we will work, we will continue to work. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your guiding words.